Welcome to Conversation with Buddy. I'm your host, Buddy Puckett. Well, we are definitely in a new year. It's 2025. Hopefully you got your goals ready to go and you're excited. Today, we have a special guest, and I've never had a super young person on here before, but today we're going to have a young person. This person said that she wanted to be on a podcast or learn about podcasting. So today, let me introduce you to Sadie. Welcome, Sadie.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. So, yeah, your mom said that you wanted to maybe come and watch this, but I thought, you know what? Let's just have you on here.
Yeah.
And so here you are.
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Live.
Well, let's dive in real quick. So normally I kind of introduce people, but today I want you to introduce you. Like, how old are you? Where do you go to school? What grade are you in?
Okay, I'm 10. I go to Our Savior's Christian Elementary.
Yeah.
And I'm in 5th grade.
Cool. How long have you been going to Our Savior's Christian?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay.
I started in 2nd grade.
Gotcha. What do you like about that?
About the school is that I feel like everyone's just like really nice there and no one's really mean. I mean, the kids can be annoying, but that's cool.
We all have that special ability to be annoying sometimes, though, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, not me, but a lot of people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Never, buddy.
Never, buddy. He's a sweet angel. I'm pretty sure. When did you start going there again?
2nd grade.
2nd grade. Okay.
So
Where'd you go before that?
I went to Salem Heights. So first kindergarten and 1st grade.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. At the school you go to, is there any sports?
No, we just have the Christian part of it. Every Wednesday we do chapel, and so every Wednesday when we do chapel, we sing and praise the Lord.
You praise the Lord?
Yes, I praise.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
We sing about like the Christian songs and all that.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite song?
No, not really. I mean, I like a few of them.
Okay, nice. I like that you're 10 years old and you're praising the Lord. I didn't know what that was at 10 years old. I was like 28 before I learned that. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So did you guys always go to church, or how did you get plugged into
Well,
Christian faith or whatever?
I don't know. When I was in 1st grade and when I was done with 1st grade and it was in COVID, and when we were doing online classes, my mom was like, the schools might have the online classes at your school that you're going to now, and this school might not, and
Your father and your stepmother got your brother enrolled in Our Savior's.
Okay, nice.
And it was a family deal, and she was able to get into the slot. And so it was a big family decision to take you out of public school, and so far the best decision we made.
Yeah. Do you feel like that way too, Sadie?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Do you play any music at school, or is there like music classes or anything?
No, it's just through the day. On Mondays we do music, and then Tuesdays we do PE.
Yeah.
Just the normal elementary stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot what elementary school is like, so I
They
don't
did
even...
not the flute, but the one that goes in front.
I don't know.
That one.
She had to bring that home.
I like the recorder.
The recorder.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, the recorder. Gotcha. So do you think you'd ever be a singer? Is that something you'd ever want to do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did you used to write music at home?
Maybe.
She wrote music. So have you written a song then?
A full one? No. Well,
Okay.
kind of. I mean, I was like 5, but yeah.
You know what you can do? You can write out the lyrics that you think, and then you can put it into like Chat GPT, and it'll write out the lyrics.
I know. I want to download that app.
You should do that. At least do it on your mom's phone if you don't have a phone yet. For sure. Oh, you have a phone. Look at you. What do you got in the back of that? Strawberries?
Yeah, strawberries.
What do you like about strawberries?
They're just kind of cute, I
They're
guess.
cute. Okay. Well, cool. Let's figure out what other question I got for you. How many siblings do you have?
I have 2.
Okay.
Both of them aren't related.
Two siblings, both are related. Explain that.
So at my dad's, I have a brother. We don't have the same mom, so it's a half brother.
Okay.
And
so they are related. They're actually a half brother, not a full
related
brother.
to you.
No, let me finish.
Let her finish. Got it.
So at my dad's, I have this brother that we don't have the same mom, and this is my younger one.
Yeah.
And we have the same dad. But on the other side, we have the same mom,
right,
but not the same dad. So,
gotcha. So what's your brother's name on your mom's side?
My mom's side, Sam.
Yeah. And how old is Sam?
23.
Are you guys pretty close, or what's your relationship like?
He works a lot because he sleeps during the day and works during the night.
Okay.
So we don't really see each other much, but we did.
But you like him?
Yeah.
Okay. How about your younger brother? What's his name?
Cash.
Cash. You like him?
Eh.
Have to work on that one. Have to pray on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's a good brother every once in a while.
Yeah. I was a younger brother to my sister too, and she used to beat me up as a kid. So
Mine too.
Is that how that works? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the younger sibling that always gets the hard spot.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
The older sibling always gets the hardest.
Well,
for me,
the
my
older
younger
ones
brother
always
gets
think the
away
younger
with
ones
stuff.
are not as fun.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. But with the parents, that's opposite.
This is funny. I love this. Well, something I noticed about you, Sadie, because I've known you probably for around 7 years. Not very well, but I've worked with your mom for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And I remember you as a little, gosh, maybe a 3-year-old,
Yeah,
4-year-old
little.
coming in and getting to know you a little bit. So I've known you for a long time, but not very well. Getting to know you better recently. Christmas party, hanging out. Now we're here, right?
Yeah.
Well, something I've noticed about you and your mom, is you guys have seems like a really good relationship.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. It looks like you guys actually love each other a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk to her about stuff that I can't talk about at my other house.
Okay.
So she's very comfortable to talk to.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And Melissa, what do you think about Sadie? What's your feelings towards Sadie and your relationship?
I think it's pretty special myself. I know that when we go our week on and week off, I feel empty missing her, and so
for sure, yeah.
There's always fulfillment, having to stay busy with plants or dogs or my father. But I think that I am very blessed to have her feel so comfortable to trust me and to be so transparent and not feel like she has to hide anything. I
think it's really unique, because I don't think every mother-daughter relationship is as good.
No.
I know Shawn has a good relationship with our girls too. What would you say about that?
I don't know. We just like hanging out together. At least I like hanging out with them.
Well, I think they like hanging out with you too. I'm not sure what that's about, but they enjoy it. You guys do little trips together.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
just have fun. Like nothing's ever too serious, But of course, we have those serious times.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if two siblings are fighting.
Oh yeah. Well, the girls
I was
go
like,
to.
aren't they a little bit older to be doing that?
Oh no, they still fight.
I know.
Really,
We
we're
just
doing.
went through that.
Clothes and makeup and stuff.
No, it's more attitude. It's like, you looked at me funny. Why did you say that? Aren't we 27 and 25 now?
We do that too over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why are you looking at me funny?
Okay, good. Well, if our girls have a problem, like they have a medical problem, they'll call Shawn. Why would they call me? Is it when they want me to fix something? Yeah.
They like your advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they don't call me. No.
You always give them good biblical advice. You always point them back to the Bible. So it's not like your advice per se.
Well, I've tried to give my advice, but my advice is pretty weak. So
Not really. You got to give yourself more credit than that.
I don't know. Well, and so Sadie, we're going to talk about this idea of a podcast. We're in a few moments, but we're going to get there, because I want you to unpack a little bit, kind of your dream of what a podcast would look like. What would you call it? But before we get there, I've quizzed you before in Bible verses. What is a Bible verse that you know, or maybe one of your top verses that you want to share?
Well, I kind of just looked one up last night and memorized it. So,
All right, here we go.
So it was like, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, Genesis 1:1.
Come on.
Yeah.
Look at you. You know, it's interesting if you go to the book of, like, that's the Old Testament, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the Old Testament is Genesis 1:1. That's the first book of the Bible. If you go to the book of John in the New Testament, it's almost the same words. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Who was the Word?
Who was the Word?
Yeah. Who's the Bible all about?
Jesus and God.
Jesus, yeah. In the beginning was the Word, Jesus, was with God, and the Word was God.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that interesting? So there you go.
That went deep.
It went deep, right? You
got deep fast.
You also share with me at the Christmas party the shortest Bible verse in the whole Bible. Which one is that one?
I'm pretty sure it's like Jesus wept. I don't know what.
It is Jesus wept.
Yeah.
Is that John?
It's John something, like 11:18 or 13 or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's too funny.
I know it's John, though.
What does the Bible mean to you? And do you read it? Is that something you would?
I don't really read it. We just read sometimes in class. We read verses, but I don't read it on my own personal time.
Okay, that's okay. So I think I quizzed you on John 3:16 last time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say it this time if you don't want to, but
It's something about I don't know.
it's okay. No worries at all. Let's get on to the subject of podcasting. So when your mom texted me and said, "Hey, Sadie would like to sit on one of your podcasts," I'm like, "Hey, why don't we just have her on the podcast as a guest?" I've never had somebody, what's the youngest person I've had on the podcast? Maybe 20?
Oh, probably, yeah.
20. So you're 10. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I can have a conversation with you. I mean, I've got daughters, so I know how to communicate to daughters. You're not my daughter, but
Yeah.
so talk to us about podcasting. What's podcasting look like to you? Do you have like a name? What would you talk about?
Well, I kind of made this up for a few of my friends because we want to start our own podcast. But it was like sweet and sour podcast. So like there's sweet stuff, but then there's sour stuff.
Ooh.
You know?
What would be something that's sweet?
Just I don't know, just random like happy stuff, and then we could talk about annoying stuff or whatever is very interesting.
Would sour stuff be like, oh, this person annoys me because of this?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. When do you want to start your podcast?
I don't know, just whenever all my friends are ready and all. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. You can actually do a podcast from your phone because I don't know if you know my daughter Emily. You know her, don't you? So her and one of her friends have a podcast. They record it right from here, from their phone. It's nothing fancy. They do it at their house. What's it called?
Come on.
Oh, don't ask
I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you.
Emily's going to kill me. I don't know.
You can literally begin today with an app. I think it's free.
What is it called?
I'll get it to you. I don't even know. But people, I like this one here because on my own, I wouldn't do it. I know me. So,
Yeah.
But on your own, if you really want to get started, you could actually do it right away. So just a thought.
Do you, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, fire away. Okay, I love this. I like being on the spot, man.
Okay.
Fire away.
Let me get to my notes.
I love this when a young one wants to ask me some deep questions.
How much is it to rent the room every Friday?
It's a great question. I think they rent it by the hour. And it depends on whether, like if I want to take the little USB or however they record it and edit myself, or if I want to let them do it. So they do all. So I think it's around $150 to do the room if they do all the editing also.
For an hour?
For 1 hour.
And editing. So how much would it be for no editing?
I think no editing, I think it's half that. Don't quote me on that. I don't know.
Okay.
Gives you an idea.
Yeah, it gives you an idea. That's why you might want to work up to that, but maybe for now.
It's a lot of lemonade to sell.
Right. Most people, here's the problem, and you can keep going here in a moment, but most people, the problem is with most people, they want everything to be perfect. Like I won't do it until I can do it perfectly. And I remember about 2 years ago, this lady over here, Shawn's like, you should start a podcast. Like, yeah, I don't think I'll do a podcast. I'm not interested. Well, lo and behold, these guys here, like Camden and his dad, Tim, and my wife, Shawn, encouraged me to keep going and just start somewhere. It was pretty basic. I didn't know what I was doing. I just began.
Yeah.
It wasn't on YouTube. So we recorded. Now you're going to be like podcast 127. So we've been doing it for 2 years and 4 months, something like that.
Wow.
Every week, every Friday. So it hasn't been perfect, but you know what? You had to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. So for you, my question is, when would you start? You can start at home today. Step one would be download the podcast app.
Well, I don't know. I want to get this stuff, but me and my friends would obviously, everything costs money. So we obviously would split it, or we would save up. And yeah, I don't know. We could start it today, but my friends, yeah, we probably just couldn't start it today.
Yeah.
We'd have to plan it for like...
Hey, perfect. There you go. As long as you have a plan, right? That's the main thing, is figure out a plan. Most people will talk about ideas, but guess what? They don't ever do.
Do them?
They don't ever plan them. They just talk about them.
Yeah.
Right? Goals. Here, write this down in your brain.
Okay.
Goals without a date are just a dream.
Oh, wow.
Right? That's
He went deep again.
He went deep. So goals are great, but if you don't have a plan to start that goal, then it's just merely a dream, which is fine. That's what most people live in, their dream world. Mm-hmm. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do that. All right, go ahead. You have more questions.
Yeah. What steps did you take to get the setup?
Oh, good question. Well, remember, I knew nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so thankfully, these guys here they're like Camden. He's a sound engineer. Like, this is his lane. His degree in college was music. So he loves music, right? So they set it all up. They got the mics. And by the way, this is all really high-tech stuff. This is really high level. I don't know that though, right? Because I know nothing. But when I first made the trailer, the music that we have to is pretty cool. So go back to your question. What was your question again?
What steps did you take?
What steps did I take? Step one would be we recorded the first one. That's it. Mm-hmm. I came in here with my buddy Tim, and we had just a conversation. We'll have coffee, and nothing big, just nothing fancy, just a conversation. Kind of like what you and I are doing, right? I didn't really tell you what we talk about, right? Here we are.
Yeah. And
then step two was to figure out how to put it on all the podcast platforms like Apple, Spotify. Which other ones are there?
Podcast or Podbean.
Podbean. So there's one place to go, and it hits all of them. So step one, record one. Step two, figure out how to put it on the podcast or YouTube, right? And then step three is to figure out what your logo is going to be. Is it a picture? Is it you? What is it?
I feel like it's not gonna be us. I want it to be the top is like messy black handwriting, and it's like sweet with a pink background, and then the bottom half is like messy black handwriting, and the background is green, and it says sour.
Man, you're so much farther. See, think about that. You're at 10 years old. You're so much farther ahead than I was ever. I couldn't even have done that. My brain would never have gone there.
We didn't have this kind of technology at 10.
I know. That's true. That is true. So what you can do. So how do you? Well, let me ask you this: how are you going to do that? You're going to draw it yourself, or are you going to go to somebody and pay them $25 to create that artwork? What does that look like for you?
Well, I would probably maybe try to figure out how to do it on my phone, and then I could print it, I could send it to my mom, and she could print it at Walgreens. So.
There you go, at Walgreens.
Stamp.
Sweet, right?
Nice.
But that's the technology you have. But I think you already know kind of what you want. You're already on the road, so maybe when do you turn 11?
May.
Okay.
So in a little bit.
Yeah, you're what, 6 months away?
Yeah.
11 years old. Well, wouldn't that be cool to have a podcast at 11, if that's what you want?
Yeah, me and my friends are thinking about doing it in middle school because I don't everyone says there's a lot more to talk about in middle school and less to talk about in elementary. So we could start it in middle school, or we could start it early in the summer or something when we have more time.
So kickstart it in the summertime. That way it's already going. So that way when you hit middle school next year, then you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you have like different guests on, or would it be your friends and you talking each episode? Or
Well, there's 3 of us, so I would probably get a 4 mic set, so we'd have a guest every once in a while.
nice.
Look at her talking. Got a 4 mic set. I'm like, what's that?
I know.
Okay, what's your friend's name? Can you tell who they are or not yet?
I don't know. They probably wouldn't want me to say
Okay,
their names.
let's don't do that. We know there's going to be 3 other young ladies like you.
One is a boy, but
One's a boy. Okay, very cool. I think that's cool.
yeah.
I think you guys could have a lot of fun.
That's good that you'll have a boy on there too, to get the male perspective.
Yeah, and also having a male, it's just he's really funny, so he would definitely get us more views and stuff.
More views.
Nice.
Because maybe all guys or all girls, maybe it's too serious.
Yeah.
Or maybe guys are all funny, the girls are too serious, but the mix would be both.
Yeah.
Or the guy's too serious. That's usually
Or the guys are too serious and the girls are too funny. And
Yeah.
I hear you. I love it. I love it. All right. What other question you got for podcasting?
Okay. How much is it to get the podcast, each episode edited? We kind of already went over this, but
right. But I think honestly, like Camden most of the time doesn't even edit these. I don't believe. I think he goes through at like 2 times speed, like really fast and almost never is there an edit. So
I'm really good at editing. I've edited all my videos.
If you already know how to edit, you don't need to hire anybody. You can literally do it yourself. So
CapCut is the way to go.
CapCut is awesome.
Yes.
How long have you been on CapCut?
For a couple years, maybe a year and a half now.
Now, do you pay for the pro version or do you just get the free version?
My mom has the pro version, but it didn't go into my phone, so she has the pro version, but I don't. But you can put the pro version on in your videos, but you can't save it to your phone. So I kind of hack the thing and I screen record my thing, and
She taught me that.
I screen record it.
Yeah.
And then I prank all my friends I got pro, even though I don't have it.
Well, it's interesting. So I downloaded Pro because Emily would do all my editing of my videos that I do personally. And so then we had the free version. So then I updated to Pro and I gave her access to it on her phone. So she uses my credentials or whatever.
The login.
So, dude, I love CapCut though.
Yeah.
I try to make everything go through CapCut. In fact, over Christmas, I uploaded a video. I had some still pictures and I had some live pictures and I had some video from Christmas. So I uploaded those directly to YouTube because I wanted to just create a video. What's interesting, I didn't like how it ended because I always like how the CapCut shows up at the very end and the music keeps going. So I went back and I did the same pictures and stuff up on CapCut. What I didn't know is YouTube doesn't allow the live video. It doesn't know there's a live video. CapCut can pick up on a live video and actually create like a little video. So did you know that?
No, I didn't, but I didn't know that. I do use the camera if you push like this down button, you can see this camera so you can record a short or something.
Okay. Cool. But I like CapCut, so I realized everything that I upload to either Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube must be made on CapCut. So that's what I have learned. So
yeah, I need to. So since you have a YouTube channel, this is just for the future. You can't use music from CapCut unless it's from YouTube because then you'll get copyrighted.
Right. What I do is what's interesting.
We learned that because she's helped me on my YouTube.
It's funny. I don't download the music on CapCut. I just create the pictures, and if I want to add the lyrics or the words that people are saying. But when I go over to YouTube, that's when I add the music. Was that what you're saying? Is that the right thing to do?
Yeah, and sometimes depending what music you use in CapCut, you won't get copyrighted in some of your videos, just depending. Because if it's like a really odd song that probably no one else used, you could probably use it and not get copyrighted, so people can remix your video.
Got it. Yeah, I've done the whole YouTube thing, and somehow when you're using the music, it's a copyright. I don't fully get that. I mean, I'm like, if it's there and I can use it, what's the problem?
Yeah. So I like playing music while I get ready, and sometimes I record it. And when I record it, I have to speed up when the music's playing, so I don't get copyrighted. Because let's just say I was playing a Sabrina Carpenter song, but I would have to speed it up so I wouldn't get copyrighted.
Oh, no kidding!
Speed it up.
That's interesting. So that's why you avoid the copyright issue.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Sabrina
So it's
Carpenter,
your own song. Yeah.
Is she your favorite artist?
I don't really know. I have a lot of favorite artists. Like, Sabrina Carpenter's one.
Okay.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Are you a Swiftie?
I mean, I've gotten lower on the Swiftie side.
I like this language, the Swiftie side. What's the like? Who's Swiftie?
Taylor Swift.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I know Taylor Swift.
I know, for people who don't know.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. She's pretty famous.
Yeah. A lot of people say she's overrated. I mean, I would say 50% of that she might be a little overrated, but she also is like really nice. She just gave like all her coworkers like like $100,000 or something like that.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
Tippy, I'm your coworker. What do you got for me?
I was like, where's that at?
Where's that coming?
Maybe Guild.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some dollars this way.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is cool. All right, Sadie, what else you got for questions for me? Anything else?
No.
How do I get such big muscles? I work out daily. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm weak.
You're not that old.
I'm pretty old.
I mean,
I'm older.
like,
I'm like 5 times your age. 5 point. Yeah.
when is it? It's just me on this, but all the older people, like in their 60s and stuff, they always think the kids are younger than they are. Like, they'll look at me and they'll think I'm 7.
Isn't that interesting? Because we forgot what it's like to be 10.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you. Because I think you're pretty smart, by the way.
Thank you.
And I think kids, I'm going to call you a kid just because you're not even a teenager yet, but you are a young lady and you have intuition, you have wisdom. God's given you, by the way. What advice do you want to give the adults? Because I think sometimes we forget, and we just forget. So tell us.
Forget what?
Well, we forget what it's like to be young. That you're actually not 7, right?
Yeah.
You're actually more mature than we're giving you credit for, right? So what's the advice you want to give? Well, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, whoever. What advice would you give to parents or adults?
I feel like, I feel like don't be really, just let your kids speak their mind and all of that, because if you don't let them speak their mind, they're not going to talk to you.
Truth.
That is some really good wisdom, Sadie, because I think you're right. I think a lot of parents, they want to...
And if they get mad, the kid's just going to keep more secrets from them.
Going to shut down.
Or they don't want to communicate it, or
Yeah.
they think they want to protect you in a way, and really they could not be helping you grow by sharing your feelings.
Yeah, I failed my math quiz today. That's so bad. You don't have your phone for a month. You don't you don't want to say stuff to them after they're going to ground you from whatever and get mad at you.
Right.
That Love and Logic class is a good one. Not a lot of people believe in it, but truly it brings out your feelings and thoughts and how you can communicate.
You know what's funny about that? Shawn and I were just smiling.
I know, we just looked at each other
We
and smiled.
we raise our kids through Love and Logic. It's like if Emily or Molly came home with an F, Dad, Mom got an F. I'm like, awesome. What'd you learn from that? I probably should study more. Perfect. Right? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, I feel like...
It's like, don't make it such a big deal because we're all going to fail.
I mean, it happened. You can't change that.
Okay. It happened. You can't change it. So no sense beating somebody up. Your 10-year-old little girl has got a bad grade and it's already happened. So cool.
I'll never forget that. I got in Reedsport, where I grew up, we had the 8th grade was in high school.
Okay.
So 8th grade counted towards your, typically it's freshman through senior year, but your 8th grade year, those grades counted in your a cumulative GPA.
Yeah.
I got a D in government. And I came home and my mom, she was pretty mad at me. But she said, how are you going to get through high school and college with a D? How are you going to pay for your school if you keep getting a D on any of your classes? So it's kind of a love and logic, even though they didn't really have it out there back then.
Yeah.
But I will never forget that one D. And I got straight A's after that, but I never could be the valedictorian because I always had that one D count against me. But
any thoughts on that?
No.
I have a thought.
Yeah, go.
So I feel like
this is good.
I feel like the mother, when she makes it that big of a deal, it kind of just like scars you if you get another one, or if
you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to. Well, I mean that's good, but it's bad when you're mad at your kid when they get a bad grade, and it's not bad, but it's just gonna tell them that you can't get another one. And when you get another one, or if you get like a lower grade, like a B or a C plus or something, you're gonna kick yourself for it.
Yeah.
It was, for me, I took it as, man, I don't want to disappoint my mom, and I want to be able to get through college because I want to get out of Reesport.
Right.
So however she sent it to me, it got delivered, and it wasn't living in fear. It was just, man, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
What?
But you were kind of a tough kid. Some other kids aren't as
different eras.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. One thing when Emily and Molly were growing up, so let's say Emily was 10 and Molly was 8, I would say things like, okay, Emily, you're 60% your way to 18. Well, Dad, what's 18? You're a full grown adult and you're 100% responsible. So how do you think you'll grow into that when you get to 18 so you can be 100% responsible? And so I always got C's, or I probably was like a 2-point grade point average in high school, maybe 2.5. I'm not joking. So my thought is C's are degrees. And so how could I expect my daughters to get A's if I got C's? So I'm like, so I would use reverse psychology on Emily and Molly. Like, hey, do you want to skip school today? No. I would literally they're like, even like when they were little, we were going to church. Hey, do you want to skip church today? They're like, no. I mean, I would let them think about it. So the whole goal is, as a parent, not making you feel bad, just asking you better questions, right? And so that's what I learned to do with Emily and Molly. Is like, do you think you'll do drugs in high school? No. You sure? Your friends might. Because if your friends will, you might also be tempted to do bad things. I'm not saying you, Sadie. I'm just saying in general. But here's the deal. What I wanted them to do is be able to think for themselves. If you haven't already made up your mind not to do something, you might do that thing. So you're 10. You'll be in middle school next year. There's going to be a lot more pressure for you. Would you agree on that?
Definitely.
Especially going to public school.
Okay, so you're going to public school next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Our girls went to private school when they were really young, and we prayed about it. We decided to put them in public school from day one. Partly it was a cost thing, I think. I don't know. But you know what it did? It forced us to pray more for our girls. Because public school is rough. I'm just going to, and that was 15 years ago when my girls went there. Yeah. So imagine.
It's different.
Yeah. Here's the deal. You better be praying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not joking. Like that might
pray,
sound, I know you do, but I'm just saying you're going to be influenced in ways you may never even know. Right. So
let's hope the communication doesn't change over here.
Well, as long as mom.
Pretty sure it will, but I'm hoping not.
As long as mom always, invites Sadie to, tell me about your day, and look at you and give you an opportunity to speak without going, oh, you're grounded now, young lady.
Yeah.
Right? No, I think if you ground her and punish her for telling you truth, then that's going to invite her not to tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. Right?
Right.
I mean, I don't see it.
We find solutions. And
I think if you haven't done it so far, you're not going to be like that anyway.
Hopefully not.
I think so. There's this one time when I got sent to the principal's office.
Sweet.
And me and my friend Jane did, and not together but separately, and then I had a sleepover after school that day because it was a Friday, and I was like. When I got back, I was like, I got in the principal's office, she was like, "Uh-oh, what did you do?" And I told her, and she was like, "Okay." No, I'm kidding.
Pretty sure I asked you more questions.
Yeah, you did, but you weren't actually really mad. You still let me have that sleepover, and you still didn't like hold a grudge against me for that.
But I held you accountable for the next
See,
scenario.
there's a difference though. So how would you explain
accountability?
Holding a grudge versus accountability? What would you say?
Well, if you don't let your kids make mistakes and get in trouble, how do we learn? But
let your kids make mistakes. What?
I know, because like as kids, we weren't perfect.
No.
Like how can we expect our kids to be perfect? Yeah.
Right. Just like every podcast isn't perfect.
No, it's just a conversation, right?
Just
like
a conversation.
We're having fun. This is
But accountability is
letting your kids make mistakes. I really liked how you said that.
Yeah. Do you want to be in the principal's office again? And do you think you could have been more nice, or do you feel like you were a mean girl, or whatever it was, make you think about it? And how did it make you feel? Did you like it?
Yeah, no.
No. It's okay being the star, but not the star in the principal's office.
I've been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
It's funny. The whole love and logic thing to me is the best, in my opinion. See, most parents become the consequence. Like, Sadie, if you do something wrong and your mom gets mad at you, well, then she's your consequence. Mm-hmm. But really, your mom can separate her being mad and going, Sadie, so here's your consequence. Like, for me and Shawn, what we would do is like when the girls got in the fight or did something bad, I go, hey, what's cool about when you guys get in trouble? You get to clean the house. Oh, I love that. I go, please get in a fight. I would literally joke with him like, no, Dad, I don't want to get in a fight. But creating consequences for you and not having a parent be mad at you as your consequence. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I think this is so good. I think a lot of parents miss the mark. They want their kids to be perfect, but we've never been perfect. I went to jail, right? As a young person.
Wait, what?
Lots of...
Everybody's looking. Everybody wants the story now.
Well, and my girls would say, well, Dad...
Wait,
if
wait.
You want to know?
She's got questions now for you.
You went to jail?
Oh, yeah, a couple times.
Oh, wow.
A couple times. So
have you?
But no, we watched a fight in high school, and on Mother's Day, we had to go at the police office or police station, and boy, was Mom mad about that one.
Interesting.
But just for watching a fight, I didn't know you could get in trouble.
Ooh.
Who bailed you out?
Well, the first time I was in the 6th grade, me and my buddies we snuck out of the house at 2 a.m. in the town I grew up in, a real small town like Reedsport. Mm-hmm. It was at 2 a.m. in the morning when the cops found us and took us to jail, and I had to call my dad. That's the first time. And then later on, like I always tell my girls, I will tell you anything, but you may not like to hear. So I had been drinking and doing bad, stuff like that. And so when I was like 17, I had to call my dad again.
Oh, no.
And so I tell my girls that, and I tell you that, not to impress you, but to really impress upon you, don't do dumb things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's dumb. I mean, I did some dumb things. Boys are kind of dumb, by the way. Just going to warn you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know. Speaking of no boyfriends yet?
No, gag.
Right,
Gag.
thank you. Just keep gagging till you're like 20.
We're working on just be friends with all the boys. We don't have to have one boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, too.
Yeah. So, Tippy, when did you have your first boyfriend? So this confession time.
Oh,
14.
time.
Confession time.
14.
I actually think I was in the 8th grade.
And you were 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. I think so,
Ninth grade.
Shawn, when did you have your first boyfriend?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Yeah. I think he tried to kiss me, and I thought it was the grossest thing ever, and I
Whoa.
broke up with him.
We're done, man.
I did.
That was in Reedsport?
Yeah. Yep.
That's funny.
Ew.
So, Sadie, you want to know something really funny?
Yeah.
So, my first year in college, I went to Coos Bay. There's a college out there called Southwestern Oregon Community College. You ever heard of it?
South Community College.
Southwestern Oregon Community College.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, it's where your mother went to college as well. Well, so I met Shawn in Coos Bay in 1986, a couple days before you were born. Mm-hmm. And my wrestling coach was a guy named John Spiesel. He was a wrestling coach. Well, John Spiesel was also the girls' volleyball coach.
Oh.
Guess where your mom went to college?
She did volleyball.
Yeah.
And she regretted it. because she wanted basketball.
Guess who her coach was?
The guy.
The same guy.
Yeah, wow.
Isn't that weird? Now, what year were you
He
there?
was my dad's hunting buddy too.
John Spiesel was your dad's hunting buddy?
Yep, hunting or fishing. I can't remember the
Swear to
story.
God.
But
Is
that's
John Spiesel still alive then?
most likely, yeah. But
Does he live in Coos Bay? Or
I don't know.
when did you go to SWAC?
I went, I graduated in 96 and played volleyball at Lane, and then ended up going to SWAC a couple years later and playing.
Okay, so you went to Lane first.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
then you
did
went
camps through Southwestern Oregon where Spiesel was our camp coach
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah. So we were all over. We went to U of O too for camps.
That's funny.
But yeah, Coos Bay, small town.
Small world.
Gotta love Coos Bay.
Yeah. John Spiesel, that's pretty funny though, that
I love John Spiesel. For a wrestling coach, he was really, really good guy.
Yeah.
Really liked him. Well, this is fun. We're going to go a little bit further.
How much longer?
A couple hours. It's
No, not in a bad way. I like this.
How
That's
much
why-
longer? No.
No.
You mean this a good way.
Yeah.
We typically go for about an hour.
Okay.
So, okay, what is a lesson you learned in 2024?
A lesson I learned.
Yeah, what's one lesson that you really that stood out to you like, this is a lesson I learned? Could be anything.
Well, most of my friends they can be really sensitive with stuff, and me and my mom are just like, just not sensitive to stuff, and we just say stuff to each other. And so I learned not to be so. I don't know how to explain it. Like
forward thinking or
Yeah,
think
just
before
like-
you speak or
yeah,
Direct?
I don't
Would that be a
know.
word? Like being
Oh,
direct about something?
I'm
Yeah.
referred
Like, don't
to
be a
as,
baby.
yeah,
referred to as direct a lot.
yeah. Me and my mom just joke about stuff, but I kind of learned not to do that with my friends because they don't know my lifestyle and they can't read my mind. So
Right. How would you joke with your mom? What's that look like?
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
we're just like mean to each other, and so
Whoa, would you say?
not mean,
would
like
you say
mean, funny,
like
I don't
teasing?
know.
Like
what?
teasing,
Yeah,
teasing
yeah.
each other, and we laugh about it.
our family does that.
Or like
pretty
I'm
well,
going to
too.
spank you and
Yeah.
I'm really not going to.
Yeah,
Sadie, you do it one more time.
When
I'm going to spank you.
You better clean
Yeah.
your room up or I'm going to spank you girls.
Yeah.
When our friends,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
come
See,
over,
that's
they're
funny.
like, they're
Whoa,
like,
they're like,
Yeah.
and Sadie goes,
they
oh,
take-
you don't know my mom's humor.
she's totally
Yeah.
joking. Yeah,
yeah. I'm
we
just
better
like,
clean
she's
up.
just kidding.
yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now you can't spank children or they say you can't.
My kids are getting spanked or disciplined somehow. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, so
Whatever.
you have to be sensitive around your friends and not joke quite as much. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, I can. It's just depending what I say. They kind of get mad at me.
Okay. Yeah. You know, sometimes people have said, even in our family too, because I like to tease or joke, I can be sarcastic too at times. I have to learn to, behind every joke is some element of truth.
Yeah.
And that's probably where people get, like, it might be funny. Like, my girls can pick on me. Like, there's 3 women in my house, or right. They don't live there anymore, but I'm the outlier. I'm the guy. Right. And so they could pick on me and tease me. So, and we're pretty good about that, but, I have to be pretty,
If you're sensitive to it.
I have to be careful too that it doesn't go too far. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Even though we laugh 99% of the time, like we're laughing, like we all have nicknames for each other. It's pretty hilarious. So
And I think sometimes, like, I think your dad and I have talked with you because your teachers called you out a few times. But if there's being funny and joking, and then there's actually finding a sore spot and saying it's a funny joke, but really there's something underlying, like Buddy was saying, and
yeah,
hurts the kids' feelings. And so we've had to work through that. But you and I typically pick on each other, and
But
we're
you guys
not
get each
hurting
other.
each other.
Yeah.
We're not being like mean. It's
Yeah. I didn't mean to say mean earlier.
Yeah.
I just meant teasing each
yeah,
other.
yeah. Totally get it. This is good.
The other day I took a recording of her bedroom and I'm like, you got a
Dude.
friend coming over?
Holy
I'm
crap.
canceling it. And
Yeah.
she's like, what? I'm like, I'm going to show everybody on the Facebook.
So that's funny. If you get that, like
Your bedroom.
dude, is there like things growing in here? Right?
Yeah, at one point, she sounded serious. She was like, I'm gonna say this to Andrea, which is her friend, and I'm like, wait, okay.
So then she cleaned it.
Yeah.
Real fast too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it was probably a good thing that I did, because it still would have been like that if my mom didn't do that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's where we're going to end. Speaking of forward thinking, as your mom says, I want to know what 2025 looks like for you, what goals you have, plans you have, and then maybe end on when you graduate from high school, what are your thoughts? I mean, when I was 10, I had no thought. In fact, I was a senior in high school and I still didn't know what I was doing with my life. I want to know what that kind of looks like for you. Maybe you have an idea, maybe you don't.
Well, I don't really know what I'm going to do for my future, but for 2025, my goal is just fake it till you make it, honestly, in middle school, because I'm kind of nervous for middle school.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What does fake it till you make it mean in
means,
your words?
It means just most of the time just pretend that you know what you're doing and all that, even because sometimes you don't want to show your fear when you're around with a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I am sometimes when I say stuff in front of tons of people, but I just try to fake it till I make it.
Yeah,
That's kind of an example.
Yeah.
That's the only example for when she speaks to people or whatnot. I present that you're not showing the fear. It's okay to show fear, and it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I think even like today, you had some element of fear, right?
Yeah, I did.
But I would say there's a word. I want you to think about this word. It's in the Bible too, by the way. It's called humility. Humility is having fear, but being authentic. Right? Mm-hmm. I know what you mean by fake it till you make it. I could do that too. Probably did it most of my life.
She's too authentic.
But I think you're pretty authentic, actually. I think you're naturally authentic.
We're transparent. Like we don't lie.
Yeah.
We just say it how it is.
Uh-huh.
And we're not afraid to say it how it is. Like people say, when you were saying, people ask me questions. It's, do you want the truth? Do you want how you phrase that?
Yeah.
Same with me. It's like, please don't. If you want the truth, ask me. But if you don't ask me.
Yeah.
So here's a question I love to ask people.
Nobody sugarcoats it over here.
Right. Yeah. I always say, hey, to somebody, hey, do you like when I lie to you?
Yeah.
Like, no, you better not lie to me. But what's interesting about that, do you like when I tell you the truth? Not really. So it's interesting. Well, which one do you want? Because I can lie to you or tell you the truth. Which one?
You probably want the truth so you kind of know what to do later.
Well, that's why most people talk on the surface, like, oh, how are you? How's the weather? How was your Christmas? Very surfacey. They don't get into deep conversation because, well, nobody wants to be lied to, but the truth is also hard to swallow, right?
Mm-hmm. So then you have to change.
Right.
Or adjust.
Exactly.
Or face it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there's a nicer way of delivery. I've always been taught that I
your mom
deliver
has really
it better.
Gift of being direct, and it's a gift. She might think it's not a gift, but it's truly a gift. Shawn's pretty direct. She's maybe not quite as.
Her delivery is really good.
Well, her delivery is, it's different. It's not better
or
worse.
Nice
it's just,
till I'm not.
Yeah, she's nice till she's not. Trust me. No.
How do you see yourself in that area?
Me? Oh, how I see myself? I don't know. I
think you deliver it pretty well,
unless I'm mad, I can be nice.
Okay, let's talk about what's it look like when you're mad?
I mean, I don't know. Depending on the situation, I don't know.
Would you get mad at your mom, dad, your brother, or a friend? Where are you more likely to get mad?
Oh, my brother, for sure.
Your younger brother?
Yeah.
Okay. And how old is he?
6.
Okay.
You can't be mad at him for being 6.
No, I can't.
That's their job.
You were once 6, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I was better.
You're better. How so?
Because I was just better.
You weren't annoying.
You didn't have the older sibling being 13 years apart from Sam. You were kind of an only sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a firstborn child. Well, you are a firstborn child, really.
Yeah.
One day you'll study the birth order, how firstborns are different than secondborns, and it's just interesting. And only child. And so,
yeah.
She's the middle, sort of.
Yeah. for
And a
me
first.
in my area, I'm the middle, but
True. All right, Sadie, how do we want to end the podcast? What's important to you? What else you got left that you want to share, talk about, think about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know
That's a
much.
10-year-old answer.
That's good.
I don't know.
Well, did you enjoy today? Was this fun?
Yes, it was very fun.
It was fun. What'd you like about it?
I liked that we talked about just random stuff and that we had fun with
It was
it.
fun, right?
Yeah.
Just a conversation. Like nothing fancy.
Yeah.
And I like it. I really enjoy this.
Yeah.
Really do. So, well, here's where I end the podcast. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say thank you all for listening this week. We appreciate you. We appreciate Sadie being on as well, and Melissa and Shawn, and just great conversation. It is a new year, 2025, and hopefully you have some great goals, and you will create a plan to complete those goals. And as Melissa said, have some accountability. And it's going to be a great year. I'm really excited and looking forward to whatever this year brings. But Sadie, thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
And having, the courage to be here, right?
Yes.
It was awesome.
Definitely more than me.
Definitely more than Mom.
He's asked me to do a podcast 3 or 4 times, but he
Same.
asked you, and you were like, "Yes, I'm ready.
Done.
How about tomorrow?"
I'm like-
okay.
Well, I was so glad I actually didn't have
Pretty
any
courageous.
space today, or there was nothing scheduled today. So anyway, well, thanks for being here. We appreciate you, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.